Oil is heading for a fifth week of gains. Brent is aiming at $50 per barrel and above. The OPEC Plus decision inspired the ruble bulls. The Russian currency has hit a new 3-month high against the US dollar. After heated debates, the OPEC Plus members have reached a compromise. The alliance agreed to gradually increase oil production next year. Starting from January, the output volume will increase by 500,000 barrels per day instead of 2 million barrels planned earlier. Although markets were expecting the extension of the current deal, this decision was also perceived with optimism. Market participants hope that the new agreement will help limit global oil supply in the first quarter of 2021. This is certainly a positive factor for oil quotes. However, the rise in crude output in Libya as well as the prospect of increased oil production in Iran may weigh on global oil prices. Today, oil is moving steadily higher in response to the OPEC Plus decision to maintain production cuts, although at a lower level. The energy market gained additional support after Republicans in the U.S. Congress struck a more upbeat tone when discussing stimulus measures. In the morning session, Brent futures for February went above $49 per barrel. At one point, the quotes rose by more than 2%, approaching the target of $50 per barrel. WTI crude was following a similar trajectory. WTI futures for January exceeded the level of $46.05 per barrel. Brent is seen to stay in the range between $48.50 and $50 per barrel. The reaction of traders may seem surprising. Initially, they hoped for an extension of the current deal on output cuts. Besides, there is still a risk of oversupply due to the pandemic restrictions. Brent may easily jump above $50 per barrel. However, it's unlikely to settle there for long. The situation will also depend on the US dollar as its correlation to oil has increased lately. In the early trade, the background was moderately positive for the ruble. It continues to trade in positive territory on Friday, extending its previous gains. The ruble benefits from improved risk appetite. The risk-on sentiment is supported by vaccination plans and the anticipation of a new stimulus package in the US. Yet, the main driver for the ruble is the optimism in the energy market. The Russian currency is expected to advance amid rising oil prices and increased demand for risk assets. The US dollar has dropped to 74 rubles 30 kopecks, so the bears may push the price even lower. The dollar-ruble pair may soon test the level of 74. In this case, the next range for the pair will be found between the levels of 73 and 75. If the positive sentiment prevails in the oil market, the dollar-ruble pair will stay in the channel in the coming sessions. Today, investors will keep an eye on the U.S. non-farm payrolls. The downbeat data may be a signal for investors to expect more stimulus measures. The Fed can also rely on this report when making a decision at the upcoming meeting on December 16. If the dollar-ruble pair closes below the 74 mark on Friday, its next target will be the level of 73. And that's all for now. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.